So if we go to the forum, brand new right at the top, huge. You can now back up your projects to FL Cloud. Gopher can now control some features in FL Studio and plugins. This is an experimental feature. And last but definitely not least, Flex just got a major update. UI completely different. Yo, we got some breaking news. FL Studio 2026 is very close to coming out. It's still in beta right now, but there's 3 new things that just dropped in the forum that I think are worth mentioning and talking about here. Pretty cool stuff. So right when I just downloaded the beta, I'm opening it up for the first time, so I'm going to be going through this for the first time with you. I did see inside that we have a remix a song tab now. This just basically opens up the stem splitter tool. You can launch Loop Starter as always and create a chord progression straight from here. So if we go to the forum, brand new right at the top, huge. You can now back up your projects to FL Cloud. All customers get access to FL Cloud project backups. FL Cloud free, 500 megabytes storage, Plus gets 5 gigabytes, and Pro gets 1 terabyte. That's a huge jump right there. So from Plus, you only get 5 gigabytes, and then Pro, you get a whole terabyte. So it's going to be worth it to just be on Pro if you're not already there. You use it by going to File, Save, and Backup to FL Cloud, or you can set the option under Project Settings, Project Backup to FL Cloud Storage. Project Settings, Backup to FL Cloud. The project needs to be saved before. Yes, save me. Now we can go to Project Settings, and we go to Backup to FL Cloud Storage. I only got 5 gigabytes of storage, and I got to get Pro. Or you can go to File and back up to FL Cloud. Oh, I see. Right there. Boom. Yeah, that's awesome. So now anywhere you log into your FL Studio account, you're going to have access to whatever is saved to your FL Cloud account. You'll be able to open it up wherever you want, whenever you want. Some other new stuff. There was something down here that really caught my eye though. Scroll down a little bit. New Gopher. Gopher, if you're not familiar with Gopher, it's the AI assistant within FL Studio. So it's like ChatGPT or Claude, but within FL Studio. You can usually just ask it like any advice, any questions about FL Studio and music production. It gives really good solid answers on it. Gopher can now control some features in FL Studio and plugins. This is an experimental feature. Okay, what's some features? What are some features? All right, so in general, Gopher can see your current project state, including mixer tracks, channels, and loaded plugins. You can ask it, tell me about my project. You can ask it to open the piano roll. Where is the play button? You can ask it to play and stop, start playback, change the project tempo to 125. All right, see, now we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna start like trying to ask it some like advanced stuff, like, you know, color code my entire mixer or something like that once we get down here. Channel rack, you can ask it to add flex to the channel rack, rename flex to bass. Wow. Add a 4x4 pattern to the kick channel. Set volume and stereo position. You can ask it to set mixer track 4 level to 50%, route 808 kick to master. Wow, bro, this is crazy. Plugins, adjust parameters within your generator and effect plugins. Note, this will depend on which controls the plugin publishes to FL Studio. Not all plugins publish all their parameters. Set the reverb, mix and flex. Oh, wow. Set the reverb, mix and flex to 100%. Okay, you could do that. That's pretty cool. Piano roll, save my piano roll script. Run note octaver, piano roll script. Quantize notes. A lot of this, I think it might just be faster to do it yourself rather than click it in. What would really be insane is that if they allowed you to turn your microphone on and you could just say, hey, Gopher, and it recognizes it like that, and then you can ask it, that would save a crazy amount of time if you could do that. But a lot of these things, by the time you have to click open Gopher, it can stay open on the right hand panel. Like, just for example, like, this is what you have to do. First of all, it's kind of hidden. There should be a big button somewhere over here to get to Gopher a lot faster. The way I normally do it is I'll click this little window and then I hit Gopher here, and you can pin it so Gopher just kind of like stays open no matter what you do, so it's there. But if you have to ask it questions and you're typing a bunch of words and questions, that takes up the same amount of time, if not a lot more time, than you just kind of clicking and going and doing those things yourself. So I'm kind of like on the fence about that one, but it's still a really cool feature. I think it's experimental, like they said, and I think it's gonna progress a lot more than that. All right, one of my favorite plugins got an update, Gross Beat. We got new trigger slots from MIDI notes. Option to turn MIDI notes off so they don't trigger slots when Gross Beat is focused. Improved processing during small tempo changes. And last but definitely not least, Flex just got a major update. UI completely different, and now it can only use up to 50% of your CPU, so you're gonna have less crashing. Flex has been rebuilt from the ground up with the new synthesis engine, offering up to 50% lower CPU use when used with second generation packs. Okay, second generation packs. So the packs that come out with the newer version of Flex will take up less CPU than the old ones, is what I'm understanding. Whole new UI, just like I said, totally different looking than the previous one. The tag list stays open while browsing presets, random preset, button returns, a choice of themes, plus other changes. This is new right here. Added an option to hide installed subscription packs in in the store. Restored the download all button again. Okay, that's nice. I like that download all button before. We can just open it up here. The only thing that I noticed that's different, oh no, they added it. They did add it. Wow. So it's different between two versions of Flex. So the previous beta, so I think beta number 10, this is 11. Yeah, this is beta number 11. So in beta number 10, they didn't have this roll the dice option in Flex, in the new version of Flex. Now they have it. So this is just an edit window. It has, you know, all of your effects. This is the pack that I'm on right here. You go to your library here, all of your packs are in there, and they've definitely created a bunch of new packs that are brand new for the new version of Flex. Trying to find one that I know is a new one. This Core Brass, I believe, is a brand new pack. Oh yeah, I like these horns. Flex, if you know me and you've been watching me for a little bit, you know Flex is my go-to and my favorite plugin in FL Studio next to Patcher. Patcher and Flex, I think, are my two most used and favorite plugins in FL Studio. So I'm very happy about this. It's different. I like change. Definitely feels different, looks different. Feel like we have a little bit more effects in here too. I can't really tell for sure if I like just do like a side-by-side, but it feels like we have some more effects because we normally, with the older version of Flex, we had like just that like macro section that had a handful of effects, and they were different for every pack or every patch that you had in there. You get these down here, plus you get the edit tab. Really cool. And again, the roll the dice option is back in there. When you just want to just hit it and just do something random, just like land on a random patch, a random sound, you could do it per pack. But the tag system is really cool here too. Like it said, you can keep them open and just kind of go through your whole library, go to the tags, and have things pop up in that list of tags. And then of course you can star sounds and star patches just like you can before. You got your mix knob, you got a theme, colorful dark, blue alt. Yeah, pretty cool. Those are the three brand new things that just came to FL Studio 2026 in beta. They're on beta number 11, so I'm assuming that it's very close to coming out live in public. But if you want to check it out in beta right now, you can hit the link down in the description below. Stay tuned for more FL Studio 2026 updates as they come along. If you guys want me to do a full-on video of all the brand new things in FL Studio 2026, let me know down below, and I'll do that when the full version is public. That way we know everything is out. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, share this with a friend if you get me.